I was introduced as a cousin to his friends. Now he's texting me nonstop to apologize. Do I bother with closure or just move on? As soon as I saw Jake's name flash on my phone, I felt an involuntary clenching in my stomach, a signal that despite everything, old emotions still live somewhere in my reluctant consciousness. I texted back casually, pretending an indifference I desperately wished was real. Sure, what's up? I hoped it didn't hint at the frenzy of curiosity, or the undercurrent of unresolved tension I was fighting to ignore. The anticipation built with each tick of the clock, and when his reply came, I was almost relieved at how succinct it was. An apology, a request for coffee, simple enough, yet it carried weight. A promise of explanations I wasn't sure I wanted but knew I needed. When we finally met at the cafe the next day, I chose a table by the window, my gingers tracing patterns on the scratched wooden surface, waiting for him in this arena of dim chandeliers and muted chatter. It felt like a neutral ground, a Switzerland of coffee beans and creaky chairs. He walked in looking more frazzled than I'd imagined, his usual. Confidence seemingly misplaced. Surprisingly, my annoyance softened to concern. His words stumbled out in awkward fragments, apologies interspersed with confessions half-formed. Each seemed to teeter on the edge of full acknowledgement, speaking of fears of vulnerability, hidden under a thin veil of false bravado. I listened with a mixture of impatience and a flicker of empathy, watching him wrestle with his truths. His attempt at humor, a weak effort to bridge the moment, drew a reluctant smile from me. But as he spoke, it became clear that while honesty hovered in the air between us, neither of us was ready to claim it. I realized then that what I'd hoped for, a wrapped-up closure tied neatly with a bow, wasn't possible. What I had instead was an understanding that some connections simply aren't meant to mend. As we parted, our goodbyes were small, lacking the grandiosity of a dramatic farewell. My coffee, now cold, reflected my own cooled-off hesitation. The questions I did carried with me felt lighter. If only for a moment, I could let the unsolved linger in the quiet spaces where they wouldn't haunt me, perhaps seeking some peace in perspective's silent embrace.